Okay, guys, I am back. So, are you guys still doing good? How are you guys doing? Like, I feel like this has been pretty intense for me. And, like, it's probably frustrating to be like, I want to search for this thing, but I'm not in control. So I totally get that. But I want to say, guys, this is actually, I'm having a freaking great time. And this is probably, I would say, my first, like, actual stream. I've streamed before, but kind of like, you know, casually and not really knowing what I'm doing, and I just still don't really know what I'm doing. But this is, I'm really loving this. This is super fun. Now, you guys, I just saw that you guys were having a little discussion. Who thinks it's sisters and who thinks it's twins? I kind of want to talk about that for a second. So, the reason that I lean towards multiple personalities is because of the discussion about, like, there is always more than one of us or something like that. Talking about Simon, there's a couple of references that are like, I'm a part of this life and now everybody knows. And the reason you could go to sisters or twins is because of the tattoo. But I think it's interesting, the whole tattoo thing, because that happens at a very specific moment. And July 1st, she has this tattoo, okay? And it looks fresh, in my opinion. It's, she says that she got it because of, she got it to, like, whatever. I can't even remember what she said, why she got it. Maybe I should look that up, actually. She said she got it to, like, signify whatever. Let's see if we can find this here. Apple and Snake.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
I got it to express my individuality.
It's an apple and a snake.
Which means, and this is July 1st, this is like, she says Hannah's gone, right? She makes that very clear in one of the videos. And yeah, so I think it's multiple personality. She got rid of Hannah and then she says, yeah, this is what it is, right? Oh. Yeah, and then other people are like, other people are saying, well, maybe it's fucking triplets. If it's triplets, my mind will literally, I can't even, I just hope it's not triplets, because I will literally not be able to handle that in my life. Her individuality and gets a tattoo that's a symbol for Eve. Right, exactly, Lancaster. Are we on the same page? I think we're on the same page, you and I, brother. I think so. Maybe the third personality is watching the video. Maybe that's us. I mean, you're right. The original Q solved it, guys. It's clones. This is clones. And what's that TV show? It's a really good TV show, actually. It's like a, what is it? It's about clones. It's really good. It's only been on the past couple of years. One of you guys will know what I'm talking about. The girl's name is like, oh, I can't remember her name, but there's like a Russian version of the clone, and Orphan Black. Yep, Orphan Black. You guys are the shit. Thank you. Or Dopplers. Maybe it's Dopplers. Yeah, Luckless. That would have been awesome. I should have come in with just like a subtle like change. That would have been good. Now I can't do that, but you're right. That would have been great for me to come and sit down with like a different person, totally like her storyception. Okay, guys, it's time to get back to solving this goddamn case here, because I don't think it's ever gonna get done. So let's see. We're gonna work together here. I'm kind of like, hold on. I want to search for evidence. Let's see if that comes up at all. Okay, here's something. July 2nd.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Okay, I don't know if I'm buying that. Have we tried husband? Maybe if I could spell it correctly. Whoa! How have we not husband, guys? Shame on you. Okay, it's my fault.
I haven't been into work. I've been...
Bruise.
I mean, I guess I've just been waiting. Ready to hear from you. Hear from my husband.
Okay, new timeline in action, guys. I'm starting a new timeline. I'm doing timeline of the videos now. So we have June 25th, Bruise, 26, 27, 28. Oh, I should have did it on a different page. Oh, whatever, I'll just use the second half of the page. 29, 30, and then July 1st. Even though we don't have clips from all of the days, it's just going to help me to kind of visualize it. 2nd and 3rd. Okay. Yeah, bruise on the left side. Look at the hands here.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
Yeah, okay. I'm not really picking up a lot of handsy vibes there. But that was on the 26th or 25th.
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
Waiting to hear from you, waiting to hear from my husband. So at this point, at June 25th, we still don't know. Hey, what day is June 25th of 1994? June 25th, 94 is a Saturday? So is this the Saturday after? This isn't the Saturday after. Is it? Because if this is the Saturday after their little argument on the Friday. Huh. Okay. Let's continue on with husband. This is the 27th now.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
Oh, you know what I think we should start? I wonder what we should do. Oh, but we can only store a certain number of clips here, right? Because it'd be cool if we could just build out the whole story in order.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
Yeah, I don't know what that is supposed to reference. It's a couple minutes later.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
What?
She's crying, I guess.
This is like an interpretation of this photo, or what?
She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Okay, a lot of people are saying the cup and the water thing, but these are on 2 different days. I thought you can only store a certain number of clips in the bottom here. Yeah, so I don't worry, I picked up on brother, but I thought that might just be a reference for kind of the inverse situation. But we're definitely going to search brother.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything.
Oh, look at this.
Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's...
I'm a bit confused in my timeline. I wonder... So this was like, okay, the 25th, still doesn't know. When did she find the body? I'm gonna just check this again. Bruise comes and goes. Yeah, here we go. So this is the 27th.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff, stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place.
There's no bruise there either, is there?
I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Okay, so on the 27th, just timeline-wise, June 25th, she was saying there's no news about the husband, right? So June 26th, we don't have interviews. June 27th, she's saying we found the body, which means they had to find the body on June 26th, right? Okay, makeup? Maybe it's makeup. I thought there was a limit to storing clips down at the bottom. Because if that's the case, we could just build out the whole scenario here. 2053. If we add this one, this is 2052. We're going to find out very quickly. 2054. So 53, 54. What's this one? This is 55, fidgeting with the ring. Oh yeah, okay, I can add them. So, let's just move this up here. 2053, 55, 2103. Oh, this has to go back. So this has to go back even further. 52, the bruise. 53, fidgeting, clearly murder, Hannah. 55, 2103, 54, that's got to go back here. So she's talking about the garbage bags. It's hard to... These don't sort correctly for some reason. 52, 54, 55. $52, $53, $54, $55, $21.03. This is when she pukes. Okay, so this is her, like, recounting the story, right? And, yeah, okay. STD.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again.
No way I could follow.
I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig.
Oh, wig!
Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
Okay, so it's legit STD.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Okay. Maybe. Maybe they just have like severe separation issues, right? Jane Ninja's saying with multiple personality disorder, when person A is asked where persona B is, when persona A is not sure what that word is, they often say in the other room or somewhere else, right? Which is the attic thing, right? And maybe the STD could have been passed on to the baby, which is how she lost the baby. Let's dig a little bit more into the I want to check this. Okay, because she was talking about keeping the baby at one point. Keep. Let's check this. It could be totally unrelated, but let's see. I'll check the rubbish bin in a bit.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's
Keep.
my thing.
Yeah, okay.
I've kept one.
She looks way different here.
As long as I can remember.
Way different.
Girl.
It's June 18th.
Helps make sense of my day. And when you're forced to put something into words, just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Everyone's on the same page. I think that's a diary pun. Her hair looks darker. I mean, it could just be, it could be nothing. But if we compare it,
The bruise.
I mean, it does look significantly different.
No, he doesn't keep a diary.
She almost looks like a
That's
different
my thing.
person. It's weird.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. And Mother Gothel is furious. So
Rapunzel's come up a
cuts off
few
her hair and
times.
throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
This is all a bit much. Is that too much? Yeah. Happy ending, great.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon.
We
both went. Kept changing places in the toilet.
Oh.
We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl in our hands, and the Ouija board
Gotta
was
check
said
out Carl.
to hold back.
Ouija board. Oh my god.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Huh. Oh, there's another flicker. So, yeah, I mean, it could... Somebody pointing out that Hannah is... Or Seek is saying, Eve is hair down, Hannah is hair up. But I don't think that that's the case, is it? Could be. Could be. We gotta check these other names. She says we don't want another Carl. Yeah, here we go. July 1st.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy.
Oh, Carl was...
in band.
Okay.
He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
Okay, so we... Yeah, here's the flicker again. God. So Carl is their first, and that's the story that we heard about losing the virginity, I think. And then, like, taking the others with the hairbrush.
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you.
Vinny, I lost my mind 2 hours ago.
Family.
Okay, so she's 15 there. Her parents died, Julia I think says it here. Yeah, parents died at 17. So Carl is the brush. Yes, pretty much Carl is the brush.
Family. So Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Yeah, I also can't tell when the flickering is happening or why. I want to search for brother now. Nope, we don't have anything for brother. We could do a search for Doug. Here we go. Here's a lot of stuff about Doug.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Doug and Eleanor. We had written this down. Where do I have that? We also have Eric and Diane. But Doug and Eleanor, I don't know. Actually, let's watch these in order of this Doug stuff. We got 6 entries, but we only get the first 5.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Okay. I don't think Doug was the employer. That was another guy, and I think that was Eric, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now let's watch all of these from the same day on the 30th.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week. But every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. You know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage. And she still has a secret like that.
Oh, that's kind of telling. Ooh, that's kind of interesting.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. But he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
So wait, this is the 30th now. Oh, okay, I guess she could just be talking about the past, right? So a couple of people are suggesting, what if we did a search for Doug minus Eleanor? How did they spell it? I think, was it OUR? I don't think so. So, yeah, so for people asking, yeah, I totally do use the chat, but, yeah, there's usually a delay of about 10 or 15 seconds, and, when the video's playing, I'm obviously trying to watch the video and figure out what's going on there. Let's go back to Doug, because there was one last video.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's.
Oh yeah, okay, spell Eleanor wrong.
And my parents died.
I'll do that again.
In the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Okay. Now let's try the whole Doug minus Eleanor thing. Oh, it does work! What? Mind blown.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions. About me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
She's a bit suspicious. I don't know if the 2 cups thing matters, because yeah, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 1. Like all of these, there's 2 cups. All of these, there's just 1 cup. I don't know if that is a big deal or not. Let's search for parents here. We also have to search for poison, the mushrooms, all of that stuff. The Ouija board. Actually, you know what? Before we do parents, I'm curious more about this Ouija board. Isn't that how you spell Ouija? Oh, no. It's like this. Here's another one.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him.
Maybe she's like admitting it here.
Then, that people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
2 personalities, 1 cup. Yeah, pretty much. We could check into the lie detector stuff. I don't know if... There has to be things that she said, though. Oh, here we go. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test.
We'll see how this works out.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work?
Does it really work? And then here's where she screws up her name.
My name. That was the only question I failed.
Right.
Your lie detector works.
And that came from, if we search for name, just for more context, right here.
Yes. My name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
And then she's confirming that, you know, that's the only one that she failed.
My name. That was the only question I failed.
Oh my god, okay. So, we've got a couple of other things we could look for. I want to check Rapunzel. She's talked about this a few times. I want to see if there's more. There is more. This is like a big theme.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just
See you, Catters.
reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff.
What?
Do you need to do that card again?
Okay, there's something seriously big going on with these police. There's something that's going on here. Look at this.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Sorry I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do it again? What? So are these inkblot tests? Is that what you guys are suggesting? I mean, it could be, because we did talk earlier about how it was like interpretations.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Oh, look at this! Is an interesting observation, actually. As a North, he's saying, I think interview room B is from the mental hospital. That could be kind of cool. That could be very interesting, because these are marked quite a bit differently. MT room 3, MT room 3, and then this interview room B. Could be. No, nothing for Grimm, guys. Nothing for Grimm. Let's search for Princess. That has come up quite a few times. We have more videos. Let's check actually our database here. We're actually doing quite well. We're finding a lot of new ones pretty regularly. Here's the rubbish bin. Hack.info. Mirror game. Oops. Mirror game. One for the mums here. Classic 2-player strategy for lunchtime gaming. Enjoy. There's like a face. Cracks with cracks with class. That's creepy that that's like a face. So this is a game they downloaded. Player 1. What is this? Player 1, 2. Player 1's turn. Player 2, 2? What? How do you play this? And then purple goes. How does that turn into 3 if we jump this? I have no clue how this is switching them. If red jumps over here, why is it turning them all red like that? Oh, and you can jump apparently any number of squares. I don't know if this actually matters. This is keeping a tally. That's what that's doing. Is this a mirror tiles? Is this a game that people play? Voris, yeah, honestly, okay, your question about nothing pops up when you follow. Actually, I wanted to talk about that earlier. I'm kind of working on setting up notifications and stuff, but I'm really trying to be mindful in the streams that it's not like super distracting. We're gonna have something that pops up. I'm working with a graphic designer really quick, not really quick, over the past few weeks, and I should have something relatively soon to kind of have all the alerts and everything. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm actually really excited. So, yeah, and it's mirror game, right? So that could be a hint. Let's get back to that after we do Princess. I don't know if we searched for a mirror.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it especially for me.
I think they're living in a fantasy world, man. This was happening. They're relating to all these, like, crazy stories. Now, okay, back to the 27th. I think this is the bullshit interview.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably parked... Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There.
Yeah, I think this is the one where she's bullshitting.
Yeah. We were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Huh. So we've searched for princess. If we look for prince, is that going to give us any info? We got one.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince. And that hasn't changed.
So she does refer to Simon as her prince. Huh. A shotgun wedding, for those that are asking, is like a really quick, like off-the-cuff, unplanned wedding. Like people go to Vegas, they have shotgun weddings. Boom, let's get married. Boom, married. Shotgun. Okay, where are we at here? I've got a bunch of words that I think we could search to kind of piece some of this together. Rapunzel, hair. Oh, hair. Uh-huh, uh-huh.
What kind of hairs?
Oh, I need to know more about this. Because we heard about the doll hairs, right?
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Luckless, I would guess that they'd marry so quickly because they were pregnant. That's what I'm guessing. Tower? No. We've read about the dollhouse, or we've heard about the dollhouse quite a bit before. Oh, wig! That's the one we were gonna search. There we go.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
You know exactly what type of wig I'm talking about.
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
What? What do you mean, what kind of wig? Why would you say that twice?
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
What the heck? Hey Julia, thanks for subscribing. That's really cool.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
The hell's a cat flap? I'm gonna need like a non-British translation for cat flap, please. I'm also gonna search for blonde here. Yeah, wacko confirmed is right. Okay, I don't have anything for blonde. What if I do blonde minus the cat thing? No. Okay. Whoa, we got lots about cats. Typical. It's like YouTube.
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
Oh, it's just a little, it's like a, I call that a dog eat door. Guess it depends on the animal that you have.
No, no cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
Domino?
It's this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat for that, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
Okay.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book.
There's the tapping. The knock code. Okay.
Something prisoners of war would use.
And we saw that before.
Tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Here it is. That is so creepy.
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
And then Dad found out that he had a crazy kid. That's what happened. Okay, actually, I want to tag this one with the Morse code. Jargonaut, thanks for subscribing, dude. Really cool. Thank you so much. For anybody that has subbed that I've missed, I'm really sorry about that. I appreciate all of you guys.
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Yeah, so I know I understand. A lot of people are like, just use tap or knock. You're totally right, but for me it's like that's how I remember to look it up, because she says knock, right? So anything I put in the tags is more for like visuals, different things that stand out that she doesn't say. But now let's see if there's any more about these knocking. No, there isn't. Tap. More about Domino, maybe? Okay. Oh, I want to talk about I want to look up the poison. Here we go. So this is probably the poison mushrooms. This is literally a minute before.
At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
Okay, what?
At the time they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
Huh. Weird. Thanks, Stokens. Thanks, man. Code? Code? No. Hey, what if we just type, like, kind of weird stuff, like secret? Hey!
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon.
What doesn't?
No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Okay, so we've got Oxford. A lot of you guys are asking about Mirror. I thought we had searched Mirror. Oh, I guess we haven't. 11 entries for Mirror.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
Okay. It's got it. Okay, yeah. Julia, I'm totally with you. Multiple personalities. I'm totally there.
Silverleaf?
Divorce,
No.
affair, scar, arrest. Good idea.
Them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Like you? Look at her. Oh, wait. What? I thought that was going to be her way of saying, like, I don't like to see myself because all I see is, like, Eve or whatever. And then she, like, looks right at it. Huh. Yeah, how do I filter out the words, though? So mirror minus... We'd have to find, like, a unique word here, right?
Silver leaf? No.
Silver.
He normally silvers them properly. This mirror...
So if we do, like, mirror minus silver? I think when we have the dash, it actually includes that word.
Silver leaf?
Yeah. I don't know that the minus did anything the first time we did. I think it was just, How would I find those other 11 entries? Panda. Nice one, yeah. So, Source is saying the first tap code from the recent batch is love you, and then the other one says bye, Hannah. Yeah, Girlite, I think you're right. I think it does ignore the symbols. I think it's just what it is. I think it just takes the words. Oh, reflection. Reflection's a good one. Good work, Vinny.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
What are the chances that... Hear me out here for a second. What are the chances that she's not a multiple personality and that the midwife kept her because she told the mother when the babies were born and there was the talk about the umbilical cord, right? So maybe the midwife kept a child. Like maybe she wanted a child and she kept her, but then I don't know. Let's keep going. It seems like these all might be in order. 31, 32, 33. Yeah, we're gonna just go through all of these here and they're about... It's going to be about 2 minutes, 15 seconds-ish.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think.
Actually, hold on one sec. Mitunellas? I'm sorry, I probably botched that. But you're right. We actually see that over here, how to parse things. Where is that? And it's using commas, right? To narrow a search, use multiple words, robbery and supermarket. From print to track, you can even use more precise. So yes, I was there for an exact match against commas included. So that's clear. Let's go through these 3 clips now. Yeah, Ninja, it could just be stories about Florence raising her. It could just be total bullshit. You're right.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
Okay. Whoa. Yeah, we're getting onto something here. The reflection's coming.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
TV was magical. Huh.
I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
That's so creepy. Whoa, major flickers! So, one of the things that I've kind of been doing here for the past few videos is taking down words that are, like, unique, right? Glausian saying these kind of people exist. I think you mean like crazies? Yeah, crazies do exist, man. Yeah, definitely gonna search witch. Yes! Give me something, give me something.
Fairy tales.
Fairy tales comes up a lot.
Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors, and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Okay. Okay, we're starting to piece this together here. Fairy tale. Let's see if we can find more. Yes, we can.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him.
This is Eve talking.
Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
You got that shit right. Listen to the music. Whoa. We have not heard this music before, have we? I will search truth, guys. I got that one as well.
She wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story?
Yes, tell me the story.
It's a real-life fairy tale.
Okay, I think she kind of told us that story. Now, how would I need to try and figure out how to see the other entries. We've probably seen them already. Database checker. Yeah, we got, there's so many left. So many left. Vinny, thanks, man. I like you too. Okay. We're gonna, wow, coffee? Seriously? I thought you were just bullshitting me, Winterhurst. I was just gonna say, like, I'm just gonna start searching for the random words that you guys are dumping in there. And then we'll, yeah, but coffee is a real thing. Now, Julia, we have searched for Carl before. We've read everything about Carl, or we've seen everything about Carl, I should say. Mushrooms, we can search. Let's check mushrooms, because we did hear about that's how the parents died. And then we will go back to, what was the other one? Coffee. Yeah, we'll try that, sure. Mushrooms and coffee.
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The
Dad
bags
used
were
to
taped
grow
up.
mushrooms?
I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
This is the interview where she's talking about finding the bodies, because that was on the 27th. Why is the dad growing mushrooms? Could this be like a, I don't know. Could be a drug thing. Could be a drug thing.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Okay, so that's very weird. What if we just search for truth? Like, nope, just the one entry for truth. I actually didn't expect that. Okay, now we have others here that I have written down. Divorce is final. Simon, I'm pretty sure we searched. Yeah, we've got 61 entries to Simon. It's such a, he's going to be everywhere, right? So he's going to overlap pretty much all over the place. Affair we've done. A lot of people are asking for these, but we've already done a lot of them. Scar, because he had the scar. We've read that one. Arrest. Oh, arrest. Oh, that's a new one. And we still have to go back to coffee. So we're going to do arrest, and then we're going to go through coffee.
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something. Ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Oh, you guys bring up a good point. You should start putting Simon in everything. Right. Okay. Because that'll narrow the searches, right?
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Panda, no, there is a tattoo
Like
here.
said,
you can see it.
I think I was
It's
popping out
July
to get
1st. There's
something.
always been a
Ran out of
tattoo on
something,
July
had to grab
1st. It's just off to the right. Okay, more about arrests.
This is a nice of them. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
Okay, interview room B. Oh, this is the first time she entered this room. Hold on. July 3rd, new room. So this is a new room, but it sounds like she's still at the police station. Flawless for sanity. I missed the last hour and a half. Can someone catch me up? Well, we're pretty sure that she has split personalities. She's aware of it. And as of July 1st, she's killed off or gotten rid of the first one named Hannah, who was the original one married to Simon, but technically they both were because they're the same person, we think. And then now we're, after July 1st, we're dealing with Eve, who is like either the split personality or the person taken from birth at the quote-unquote witch's house. I think, hold on a second, maybe everything to do with Eve is like this fairy tale BS story that they've come up with, right? Maybe everything to do with Hannah is the real thing, and she would always look from her quote-unquote fairy tale life where she's living with the witch and the midwife, and she would think, okay, that's real life, that's really like, oh, that's the greatest, it's my birthday, okay, it's gonna be my birthday. She didn't have access to all this stuff. She had books, which is where she fabricates all these stories from, maybe. But I'm kind of thinking that I don't know, maybe that's too crazy. Maybe that's too crazy. Pretty bizarre. Vinny, I did not change my glasses, but good try. Let's keep going with the rest here.
Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for?
Okay. Lawyer might be a good one to search, because why not?
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
Whoa! What? Who says that? Unless you're fucking weird. Can you arrest somebody that doesn't exist? What? Jaylene, first of all, thanks for subbing, dude or dudette. But we did search the words Ouija before, for sure. Third mention of not existing, for sure. Yeah, no, like it's split personalities. 100% multiple personalities. She's totally batshit. You're right. I do like, where was it? Yeah, Luckless is like, I think we can confirm that this woman is weird. You're right. The woman is totally weird. Where was it here? Mental, though. I think I had searched for something like this. Yeah. I searched for, like, sick. I'm gonna search for split. No. Lies? I'm just kind of going, like, weird things here. What about just lie? Maybe that would be the same. I've looked up split personality. It didn't come back with anything. Delusion. Oh, wait, I have one we could try. Imaginary. Yes! Haha! And it's on July 3rd.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend.
Boom, that's what I wanted to hear.
Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
Maybe the parents didn't notice because they were growing shrooms in their basement. Maybe that's what's going on. They're probably just high on shrooms all the time, and they might actually have two little girls running around. They just aren't paying attention to shit. Yogurt, I don't think that it is. I don't think there's a third. That would be a real mind blower if there was a third. Don't worry, I am going to go back to coffee, but she said something in there that was interesting, and I think I'm going to check out school and friends and that kind of stuff. Here's one about school. Same day.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam.
Mm-hmm.
There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
Mm-hmm. So, Panda, if I put Simon in my searches, though, like, how is that going to... Because I get there's a lot of entries for Simon, but what I don't get is, like, okay, let's say I search for Simon in school, right? Oh, shit. Forget it. Okay, fine, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy, and it left her infertile.
Infertile? Wow, okay.
Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Derek had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then...
So... No, there can't be 3 of them. I refuse to believe it, Allison. There cannot be 3. There cannot be 3. There better not be 3. I really hope there isn't 3. Okay, I got a whole bunch of other ones that we need to search here, okay? First of all, she does say it a lot. Hey, this'll work. This'll work. Now, what days are these? This is the June 30th, July. I think Eve is the lippy one. And this one, she's not even here. And this is late in the day. Okay, I'm interested.
Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill. Thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me. I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
Detective Sergeant. What do these mean? I want to know what these achievements mean, because I could kind of use them as hints. Okay, let's hear more about the F word.
I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Spilt coffee. Okay, I'm a bit confused on Doug and Eleanor. Doug and Eleanor are the parents, right? Where do I have them? Somewhere. Guys, my book is a disaster now. Look at the book. Look at the book. That's one set. Then there's this set. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's the jump scare. Yeah, no doubt. It's so true. Yeah, okay. Doug and Eleanor, parents assignment. Good. Okay, that's what I thought. We're good. Thanks, Stokens. No, wait. Didn't we just watch this? I guess not. Oh, she's coming back now.
No, I'm okay. Fuck. Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
Oh. I feel that should be like a GIF on Reddit or something. Okay, let's go back to coffee, okay?
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is.
Oh shit, hold on. Now this could be interesting. No sugar. Okay. Coffee, no sugar. Spell much? I bet you they take different things in their coffee.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Wait, what?
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
So this is a couple weeks ago. Coffee, no problem. Here, what's the coffee
Yes. here? I got to Glasgow. I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
And then she's saying I shouldn't even have coffee because I'm pregnant? July, of course, because it's Eve.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Okay. And now we're July 2nd. Same outfit. Is this the same outfit? As July... Or as June 18th. And look, this again, this is really dark hair. Maybe it's just the blue, but look at the difference between these three. This person, or whatever, this version, I don't know, has always been kind of strange to me. And I didn't notice interviews from July 2nd before as much. Actually, I don't have anything written down for July 2nd.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Milk and sugar, and here...
A black coffee, thanks. No sugar. I'm sweet enough as it is.
I don't know what the fuck to do. This is not the same person. People don't fuck with their coffee. That is one thing that is just... You do not mess with your coffee. I go to McDonald's on my day off. I get my coffee. I get 3 cream and get 2 sweetener. When it's wrong, I know it's wrong. You do not screw that up. You just don't. Oh, luckless. There's fucking 3 of them. You son of a bitch. Oh, there's 3 of them now. Man, I feel like I should have played this game with my wife. She would get this. She'd be all into it. She would have loved this. She would have loved this. Actually, side note conversation here. There's this documentary that you guys all need to watch. It's on HBO, I think. It's about Robert Durst. Hold on, let me look this up here. I believe it's HBO. It's called The Jinx. Yeah. You guys... I swear, I'm not even going to say anything else, but you need to find a way to go and watch this. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. And you need to go and see this documentary. It is mind-blowing. It kind of reminds me of this a little bit, but not quite. And no, that's not a spoiler. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yogurt, yeah, I do go to McDonald's for coffee because they have the best coffee. The best coffee. So twins. Okay, so could this be a real thing that's happening in my life right now? We're dealing with twins. Okay? One of them has a split personality. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, Delta, that's I wear my wedding ring on my left hand. That's normal, isn't it? Everybody wears their wedding ring on their left hand, pretty sure. The thing she plays, I beg to differ. McDonald's is the best coffee. Maybe it's just a Canadian thing. I don't know. But I'm not a Tim Hortons fan. Can't do it. Okay. Vinny, no, it wasn't on my right hand before. Could you imagine if I wish I would have, like, totally had played this game before, and then I was coming in here, and every time I took a break, I would come back and have, like, something subtly changed. I think your guys' minds would be blown, but I can't do that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this is made of. It's, carbon fiber. It's carbon fiber is what it is. Eve and Hannah are the 2 personalities and I'm the twin. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I, as in like the player with viewing the screen, could totally be that. Yeah. Maybe I will let my hair down. Okay. Whew. Guys, I gotta take a break here. I was only gonna stream till, what time is it? Like 15 minutes ago, but I'm having too much fun here. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer, but I just need to take another break, grab some water, because I am extremely parched, and I'm gonna be right back. All right, see you guys in not too long from right now.